Welcome student in Sir Sundarbai Manik Adsu Polytechnic, Chasamadnagar. Today we start basic science containing basic chemistry of unit 1, that is chemical bonding and catalysis. In this unit we have to discuss different types of chemical bond, that is ionic bond, covalent bond, coordinate bond, metallic bond and hydrogen bond, and the catalysis processes, and also the industrial applications of catalyst. So before starting the syllabus, we have to know what is chemistry and why the chemistry will be studied in diploma engineering. So our home planet Earth has more events occurring on it. These events involving living organisms, the sun, the moon, the twinkling of stars, behind everywhere science is there. So scientists can study these all things in science and find reason behind on it. So science have a many branches, but two main branches studied in first semester of diploma engineering is basic physics and one is basic chemistry. So let's see what is chemistry. So definition of chemistry is, it is branch of science which deals with study of matter including its properties, composition as well as its reactivity. So again see the definition of chemistry is, it is one of the branch of science and which deals with the study of matter. In chemistry we have to study the matter and its properties, composition and its reactivity. So in our daily activities different chemical reactions will be carried out. For example, conversion of milk into curd. So in this conversion one of the chemical reaction will be carried out, then that time milk becomes converted into curd. Another example is photosynthesis process occur in plant. In this process also chemical reaction will be carried out and then that time plant become prepare their food by using the sunlight in photosynthesis process. So in the definition of chemistry the study of matter will be carried out, but this matter means what? So let's see what is matter. So definition of matter is anything that occupies space and have a mass called matter. So matter means anything that occupies space and have a mass called matter. For example, this pen will also having a specific mass and have a particular space, they will occupy some particular space, so that's why they will be a matter. So this matter which becomes classified into three states. One is solid state, then liquid state and gaseous state of matter. So let's see one by one these three states of matter. So first state of matter is solid. The solid means it has stable and definite shape and a certain volume. So solid state of matter means which substances? Those substances are stable and they have a definite shape. They have a definite shape and they have a certain volume. These substances will be called as the solid. For example, this pen, they will be stable, they have a definite shape and they have a certain volume, so that's why this pen will be a solid. And also this paper will also solid because they will have a definite shape and they have a certain volume, so that's why this paper will also a solid. So another example of the solid substances are pencil, pen, pencil, chalk, duster, etc. Second state of matter is liquid. So those substances which acquire the shape of vessel and they have a fixed volume, they will be called as the liquid substances or liquid states of matter. For example, water and milk. So the water does not have its own shape. They acquire the shape of vessel in which they are stored and their volume will also that container in which they are stored. So this type of substances or this states of matter will be called as the liquid states of matter. So third state of matter is gaseous state of matter. So gaseous means they does not have a fixed shape or volume. So gases does not have any fixed shape and volume. These will be called as the gaseous substances. For example, oxygen, carbon dioxide. Another examples are nitrogen, hydrogen and carbon monoxide, etc. The different gases present in the environment, these different gases does not have fixed shape and volume, so that's why they will be the gaseous states of matter. So these three states of matter is composed of small particles of atom. So in this, new term will arise is there, atom. So atoms means what? So let's see what is atoms. So atoms is the smallest unit of matter. So atoms means the smallest unit of matter. And another definition of atom is atoms are the smallest tiny particle of an element is called as atom. So atoms are smallest tiny particles of element, they will be also called as the atoms. So atoms are extremely small, very small particles. They does not seen by our naked eyes. So the atoms, these small atoms will also consist of three particles. These particles are proton, neutron and electron. So what is mean by the proton, neutron and electron? So let's see. Proton means those particles have a positive charge, they will be called as the protons. Next particles are electrons. So electrons means those particles acquire negative charge, they will be called as the electron. And neutrons means the particles does not have any charge, neither positive nor negative charge. This type of particle called as neutrons. So three main particles present in atom, that is proton, neutron and electrons. Again I repeat, proton means positively charged particle, electron means negatively charged particle and neutrons does not have any charge. Okay, so every atom is composed of a nucleus. So every atom, any atom has a nucleus and electrons will revolving around there, and electrons which revolve around the nucleus. So this is the general structure of atom. In that structure, the protons, electrons and neutrons will be present. So in that, protons and neutrons present at the nucleus of an atom, so that the positively charged and no any charge of the neutron will be present at the nucleus of an atom, and negatively charged electrons which revolve around the nucleus of an atom in a circular path. And these protons and neutrons have the same mass, and this mass is about 1 atomic mass unit, and number of electrons revolves around the nucleus of an atom is equal to the number of protons present in the nucleus of an atom. So we can write the equation, number of protons equals to the number of electrons. So on the basis of number of protons and electrons, we can denote the atomic number of element. So how the atomic number will represent the how many number of protons or the how many number of electrons present in the atom of an element, which can denote the atomic number of the element. For example, hydrogen has atomic number is 1 because hydrogen has only one electron in its valence shell, or it has only one proton in its nucleus. So the atomic number of hydrogen is 1. Second example is nitrogen has atomic number is 7 because nitrogen has 7 electrons present in its valence shell, or either 7 protons present in the nucleus of an atom. So that's why nitrogen has atomic number is 7. So in this discussion, new term arise is the valence shell. So what is mean by valence shell? The definition of valence shell is here, but before discussing the valence shell, we have to know what is mean by shell. So shell means the electrons revolving around the nucleus in a circular path. This path is called as shell or orbit. So again see the structure of atom. In this structure, this is the center nucleus and electrons which revolve around the nucleus in circular path. This circular path will be called as the shell. This circular path will be called as the shell. Okay, so let's see what is mean by valence shell. So definition of valence shell is the outermost shell or orbit of an nucleus of an atom is called valence shell. Outermost orbit, number of shells present around the nucleus, but the outermost shell, most outermost shell of nucleus of an atom will be called as the valence shell. Again see the structure of nucleus. This is the center nucleus and this is the first shell present around the nucleus. This is the second shell. This is the third shell. Okay, that type, different number of shells present around the nucleus, but the most outermost shell of the nucleus of an atom will be called as the valence shell. Okay, this is the valence shell. So on the basis of this topic, we have to discuss the first topic of this unit is the electronic theory of valence. So this theory of valence was proposed by two scientists and these scientists are Cosell and Lewis. So let's discuss the points in this theory. So first point, the electrons present in outermost shell or orbit of an atom is called valence electron. So in we discuss what is mean by shell, what is mean by valence shell. Then we discuss what is mean by the valence electrons. So the electrons present in outermost shell of an atom is called valence electrons. That is, this is the structure of atom. In that structure, you know what is mean by valence shell. Okay, so this valence shell containing electrons will be called as the valence electron or outermost shell containing electron. Okay, so the number of shells present around the nucleus. So first shell of the nucleus of an atom will be denoted by letter capital K. Then next shell will be denoted by capital letter L. Then M, N, O and P. That type, different shells present around the nucleus of an atom. And these each shell have particular principal quantum number will be present. And this principal quantum number will be denoted by small n. Okay. And this in this table, we denote the principal quantum number of each shell. Okay, so the first shell, K shell, having principal quantum number value is 1, L shell having principal quantum number value is 2, M shell having principal quantum number value is 3, N shell having 4, O shell having 5 and P shell having 6. Okay, so on the basis of this principal quantum number of each shell, we have to calculate the each shell containing number of electrons. The each shell having presence of 2n square number of electrons. Okay, so in this formula, small n is the principal quantum number of particular shell. So let's calculate the number of electrons in particular shell. So we first calculate the K shell containing maximum number of electrons. So in K shell having principal quantum number value, we already know that is 1. So let's give the formula for calculating number of electrons in K shell is 2n square. So put the value of n in this equation. The equation is 2 into 1 square. So square of 1 is 1. So again see the equation is 2 into 1 which gives 2 number of electrons present in K shell. Okay, so maximum 2 number of electrons will be present in the K shell. So next we have to calculate the L shell containing electrons. So we already know the principal quantum number of L shell is 2. So let's give the formula 2n square. So 2, put the value of n in this equation. 2 into 2 square. The square of 2 is 4. So the equation is 2 into 4. That is mean by the answer is 8. So the number of electrons present in L shell is 8 number of electrons. Okay. Then again we calculate the M shell containing electrons. M shell having principal quantum number is 3. So put the formula number of electrons is equal to 2n square. Then put the value of n in this equation. Gives the equation is 2 into 3 square. So square of 3 is 9. So the equation is 2 into 9. So we give the 18 number of electrons. So that is mean by the number of electrons present in M shell is 18 number of electrons. Okay. So on that manner we have to calculate the N shell containing electrons, then P shell containing electrons, O shell containing electrons. Okay. So today we stop here. In next session we discuss the next topic in the unit. Thank you.